Welcome back, everybody. I know what you're thinking, John. We want a chipper video on the 2355, but that's not going to happen. Chipper got in late last night, and we looked it over pretty seriously. Got the cab flipped up, looked over some stuff on it. We'll make a video about that, the stuff that needs to be fixed, and what all has to get done, stuff that needs to get worked on. And we haven't even had it fired up, really. We have it idling. We haven't kicked the clutch, and the clutch fluid's low. So, we need to change the fluids, change the filters before we get everything up and running to make sure everything's A-okay before we get started on everything. So, I don't have a incredible walk around to go over of all the different stuff that's wrong with it. There's some hoses that need to be changed. There's some feed wheels that need to have teeth put on them. There's some different we don't even know all the issues because we haven't had it fired up. So once we get that fired up, then we'll make some videos on that. But we're back out in the woods today, and we made the video last night with the grapple at the shop. And so we come out here, and I said, man, we got to make a video real quick of this grapple here. And I got a leaky fitting right here. This one's junk, and I don't have another one in the tool truck. So 5/8 to 5/8 JIC. So I'm gonna have to get one of them at the shop. But I know what you're thinking. So we got this grapple on the old Prentice, right? And it's totally different. This is the same one as that one. They're the exact same. And you're probably wondering, John, how does it work? What do you think? I'm here to tell you, I really like it. I'm not going to lie. I really like it. So, I've actually been doing some sawing with it today, and we'll get another video. Maybe tomorrow we'll get a slashing video with it. Around the saw back there, it works really good because it's not as wide and as huge as the other grapple. Now, I was just talking to you. We'll see how it holds up. Because I don't know about putting these on here. The only thing is, I know that you guys can correct me, but Tiger Cat has one like this. But I believe these are a little longer. She's a little taller, and if I had a little more taller in there, I mean, a foot, 10 inches, I could really do something. So, I don't. So, and I don't know about extending stuff out because then you get into issues with how it's all built. And it's built for that right there. It's built for that right there. Putting it on here is going to get us through till that grapple's fixed on the other one. The other grapple's fixed for this, but for this one right here, I really like it. It's lighter. I can't grab as many logs. You'll see that in the video tomorrow. But as far as it's faster, it's easier to stack logs because it's not so big and bulky, and the tongs don't surpass each other by like 10 feet. So there's some really nice features about this thing being on this machine. It's pretty, actually, I like it a lot. I'm not going to lie. So, like on the Barco, for instance, I figured I'd explain this real quick. On the Barco slasher, from here to here, this is all the same on the Barco slasher that's on the other crew that I ran on Friday. I noticed that because when I was working on the Barco this summer, or this spring, this is all the same. And then I got looking and realized that it's all the same, actually, is that right there. It just has a different bottom to it. And that's how that works, is you can bolt different stuff on here. So, that's that. I thought that was an interesting factoid. But the hose has got a little squirrely. I'm not going to complain. For what it's doing, it's working really well. I got a leak over there, and this was leaking a little bit. And I don't know if we got that sealed up or not, but I worked on that real quick. We had to work on this in the Barco this spring, and these will make you pull your hair out. And that's when I learned that these are the same as these. But how is that fitting not leaking? I don't know. But that needs a new end on it. And So, but yeah, I'm liking the grapple on there. Everything's working good today. The trucks are gone. Everything's just rolling smoothly. Well, kind of, sort of. I had a bad morning. I about ran out of fuel in the pickup truck. I pulled into the gas station just on E, just to putter in. I mean, that was bad. Got that fueled up, and then this. I got out here and a chunk of wood got stuck in the saw right off. I mean, like 2 trees in. I was messed up. And almost went home. No, I'm just joking. I wanted to, but no. Like I said, this fitting's bad. That fitting's bad. It's not leaking now, but it's bad. But when we get that other grapple done, bucket, whatever you want to call it, we'll put it back on here. But I'm not gonna lie, I could really get used to that. If they had one that was longer, it's a lot easier to spin around in this thing. When you take off spinning around with that big grapple on her, you'll see her just swag back, and then it's just swooming like this. And I was worried about the balance part of it because this is a lot lighter, but it actually, I can't get over it. I actually really like it. And I actually talked to Tom. I said, Tom, what are you thinking? He said, I don't think it's that bad. I said, I don't think it's that bad either. So I was surprised, pleasantly surprised on how it ran. Just like, and to be honest, the grapple on the old one that's on the at the shop, them hoses to change inside that thing are an absolute nightmare, and they're not easy to change. And these are set up. We've worked on these. Once you run chipper, you learn how to change all the fittings real quick, and you can change these out in no time. And these are this is a little different because they got 90s in there, one piece 90s, and where that one doesn't have the one piece, it's got the 2-piecer. So as you can tell, well, it does have a one piece. Instead of the 90 coming out of there, it just has the one fitting coming out into a 90 JIC 1/2 inch. So this is a little better design, this one here. But that's just because the fittings that were used on this. You could do the same thing to make a match, and then you can actually make, what you do is you make it so that all the hoses are the same on this one and that one, and then it's really easy to maintain the two. Know what I mean? Who'd ever thunk? But yeah, that cylinder's been worked on a little bit, but no, I'm falling in love with her quick. Maybe it's just because I'm used to it after sitting in that thing, and it seems to rotate a little smoother than the other one because the gut's in there maybe, but I don't know. What a day. Back out here. She was a long day yesterday. It was some work getting that thing across the border, and we got to the shop finally. And I don't know how I couldn't do that over the road. The heavy hauling, I couldn't, like, he had to sit there for hours and hours and hours and hours and hours, and I couldn't do that. I'd go nuts. So props to the heavy hauler. The captain got the job done, and he got through Michigan just fine. So that was good. Chipper to the shop, and then I had to run out here. I went to bed super early last night because I got up super early yesterday. It was a long day. I haven't gone to bed that early in a long time. So, but I figured I'd show you that prize. John is pleasantly surprised with the grapple on there. Still blows my mind. But I think we got, I think there's one more at the shop. I think there's some pieces, enough to make one more so we actually have a spare. Now, if we got the other third chipper up and going, fourth chipper up and going, then we wouldn't have a spare. But, yeah, so I was just slashing the beans out of her this morning, and I'm going to be here tomorrow slashing the beans out of her again. And we'll go from there. Me and Josh put foil chain on that, rock that girl's world, got her up and ready to rock, and I made Josh a little bit of a mess. It's not as bad as it looks, but it's not as, it could have been better. you know. So yeah, as you can see, she needed a little bit of chain. There's a little bit of bark on there, but the bark season is upon us real quick, as you can tell. We're not on it that great yet, but I mean, another week, 2 weeks, bark season's going to be on, and we're losing bark on logs already. I see, and some of the ones that were fresh are cut. Some of the oak bark's popping off a little easier, and yeah, the trees are growing. Oh, awesome! But still got a flat. I should see if we got one at the shop. There's probably one down there. So I did make a phone call the other day, and they're usually pretty good about getting stuff. So, well, I need a rim on that and a tire. Yeah, but another day. Today, I mean, it just looks totally different. What you need to do is, if you could paint that black, it look like it's supposed to be on there. Or you can paint it that red too, instead of that more bark. See, that's more like a reddish, and that's more like an orangish. Well, it's like all pieced together. You know what I mean? So, super happy that it worked out. And big props to Brian for coming up with the idea. The other one was broke down, and he said, "Nope, got a grapple here that'll work." And who'd ever thought we could rock this world? Put that thing on there, away we go. I'm happy. I'm really happy with the way it turned out. If I could just get that one little leak over there fixed, it'd be a lot better. You know what I mean, Jelly Bean? So we'll work on that. Maybe Josh. Oh man, see, I talked to Josh in the tool truck and told him what I was out of. I made mention of it, and then we did flail chain. And wonder if he's got one in his toolbox. Well, let's just take a look, see in here. I was looking to see how it doesn't line up, right? Like right there. I don't trust that one. I think it looks like the threads are pulled on that. Pulled. I don't know. I'm going to try it out. It's 3/8, ain't it? Yeah. Inch and an inch and a 16. That's what it takes. We'll throw this girl on there. We just might be in business. And if I do get this one off here and it's broken, I will put it back in Josh's toolbox. I will tell him it's junk. I like to keep them. Well, here's how it works. If it's leaking a little bit, so I'll keep it around because I don't have any spares at all. Once I get spares, I throw it in the trash. I make sure it disappears so it's not hanging around and getting stuck when you put it on there, and then it starts leaking again. And this is what I was talking about here. Did you see that? See how that's not right? I want to fire it up and look at it, but that doesn't. It's not right. She's been janked a little bit, but we'll see if it works. Maybe it'll work. All we can do is try. Well, it's the end of the day, and I said, "I'll bring them back and show them we got the leak stopped." The fitting worked.
Phone like yours.
Did you get an iPhone? Life's better, ain't it?
My other one fell in the hot tub. Fried it.
I've had this in my hot tub before. You leave it in your pocket of your shorts and jump in. Still works.
Mine got fried quick.
So I got that leak fixed, and then this leak's fixed. So yeah, you can see how she's all dusty. Happy. This thing's coming into her. slowly but surely. But we got those 2 leaks fixed. That's all I cared about, was getting them fixed today, just so nothing worse than seeing a drip, drip, drip. But logs are piling up. Everything's going great. Oh, just keep rolling.